let us embark upon a journey into the depths of silent attraction, a path illuminated by timeless wisdom and quiet strength. In a world brimming with noise and distractions, where we often feel compelled to speak up, to stand out, to make a mark, how refreshing it is to consider the opposite. Have you ever wondered what it might be like to captivate a room not through words but through presence? To draw others in through actions so subtle and composed they hardly notice, yet cannot look away? This is the essence of silent attraction, where presence replaces performance, where composure triumphs over clamor, and where Stoicism offers a profound foundation for inner beauty that radiates outward. In the following sections, we will delve into 10 socially attractive habits inspired by the core principles of Stoicism. These habits, drawn from the lives and reflections of ancient philosophers, can teach us not only how to be appealing to others, but, more importantly, how to live a life of virtue and integrity. Each habit in this list serves as a step toward building quiet charisma, attracting others naturally, and cultivating a life aligned with Stoic values. As you follow along, ask yourself, what if the most attractive qualities you could possess are already within you, waiting to be refined and expressed? What if, instead of seeking attention outwardly, you cultivated a strength so unshakable that others felt its presence instinctively? Let us explore these 10 habits, layer by layer, each one an invitation to bring your inner self to the surface, silently, authentically, and powerfully. 1. Embrace authenticity. In a world obsessed with conformity and social validation, few qualities are as attractive as authenticity. Imagine being in the presence of someone who is unapologetically themselves, who does not bend to fit others' expectations, but instead radiates a natural confidence rooted in truth. Authenticity is magnetic. It's an unspoken signal of strength, a quiet declaration that says, "This is who I am," without embellishment. Are you living as your true self, or are you masking your thoughts and altering your actions for acceptance? The Stoics held authenticity in high regard, understanding that life's truest joy comes not from pleasing others, but from living in harmony with our own values. As Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." In practicing authenticity, we honor our inner nature, creating a life that aligns with our deepest beliefs and values. How often do we forsake our true selves for temporary approval? Stoicism urges us to resist this temptation, to stand firm in our unique essence, and to appreciate the strength that comes from embracing who we truly are. Authenticity requires courage, a willingness to be vulnerable, and the resolve to stand firm in our principles. Imagine living a life where you no longer feel the need to impress or blend in. Instead, you express yourself naturally, sharing your quirks, your passions, and even your flaws openly. As Epictetus wisely said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." By first understanding our values and then embodying them, we not only create harmony within ourselves, but also inspire those around us. Authenticity also invites us to explore our values more deeply. Have you taken the time to reflect on what truly matters to you? Are you able to distinguish between the fleeting trends of society and the timeless values that resonate within you? Authenticity is not merely a state of being, it is a commitment to constant self-reflection and growth. As Seneca observed, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." When we focus on what truly brings us joy, rather than what society dictates, we find a wealth that cannot be taken away. In practicing authenticity, we become resilient to external pressures and find inner peace. Our actions and words become consistent, aligning seamlessly with our thoughts and intentions. This coherence, this unity of inner and outer, resonates deeply with others. It sends a message, not through words, but through presence, that we are whole, at peace with ourselves, and unshaken by the judgments of others. Are you ready to take the brave step of living authentically? This journey begins not with grand gestures, but with simple introspection. Start by identifying your values, your boundaries, and your passions. Commit to them, express them, and let them guide you. Authenticity is a daily choice, a continuous commitment to live in alignment with who you are. Waste no more time, as Marcus Aurelius would say, arguing about what a good person should be. Instead, choose to be one. When you live authentically, you naturally attract others, not by seeking approval, but by embodying the quiet strength of self-acceptance. As we continue, reflect on the power of presence. Authenticity forms the foundation of silent attraction, but presence brings it to life. Being fully present, engaged, and mindful in each moment deepens our connections with others and enhances the way we experience the world. Are you prepared to explore the impact of true presence on those around you? Let us delve into this next essential habit. 2. Practice presence. In the modern world, presence is becoming increasingly rare. Amidst the constant hum of notifications, multitasking, and external distractions, it's all too easy to become disconnected from the here and now. Yet presence, that ability to fully engage in the moment, to offer undivided attention to those around us, is one of the most silently attractive qualities a person can possess. Are you truly present in your interactions, or are you merely going through the motions, letting your mind wander elsewhere? To be present is to live intentionally. It's to approach each interaction as a unique opportunity for connection, unhindered by the distractions of past regrets or future anxieties. In Stoicism, presence is not just a skill, but a virtue. Marcus Aurelius, reflecting on the power of being in the moment, once advised, "Live immediately." This practice means bringing our focus fully into the moment, becoming aware of our surroundings, and letting go of distractions. The Stoic mindset teaches that we only ever have control over this moment, and in surrendering fully to it, we find both peace and power. Presence can transform even the simplest exchanges. Consider how you feel when someone listens to you with complete attention, without the interruption of their phone or their drifting thoughts. Their presence alone can make you feel valued, heard, and understood. Are you able to offer the same depth of attention to others? This is the gift of presence, and when practiced genuinely, it draws people to us in a way that words cannot. Being present requires a mindful awareness of our thoughts and surroundings. It asks us to put aside our personal agendas and truly engage with what and who is in front of us. Stoicism urges us to avoid unnecessary distractions and focus on what is within our control, our attention, our thoughts, our responses. Epictetus once reminded his followers, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." True presence means approaching each moment as a student, curious and open, aware that every person and every situation has something to teach us. Practicing presence also means letting go of the need to respond immediately or react impulsively. How often do we listen merely to respond rather than to truly understand? In being present, we allow for pauses, for reflection, and for thoughtful engagement. It is in this quiet listening that the essence of Stoicism reveals itself. We relinquish the need to control the conversation and instead focus on understanding, listening, and connecting. Presence is, at its core, a form of respect. By offering others our full attention, we show them that they matter. In today's fast-paced world, this simple act is rare and thus deeply attractive. To master the art of presence is to become a person who not only listens, but truly hears. It is a quality that others notice, perhaps unconsciously, as it creates a sense of peace and openness around you. Are you willing to cultivate this level of presence? This journey is not about perfection, but intention. Start by practicing mindfulness in your daily life. When you're speaking with someone, put aside your phone, quiet your inner thoughts, and truly engage with them. Notice their expressions, their words, and the energy they bring to the conversation. Presence is a habit that deepens with practice, becoming a natural part of who you are, and drawing others into a connection that feels authentic and rare. With presence established, let's turn our attention to compassion. Presence allows us to connect deeply, but compassion infuses that connection with warmth and empathy. How might your relationships transform if you approached each person with genuine compassion, guided by the wisdom of Stoicism? Let us explore this next essential quality of silent attraction. 3. Lead with compassion. Imagine a world where every interaction is guided not by ego or judgment, but by genuine compassion. Compassion, a deep sense of understanding and empathy for others, is one of the most profoundly attractive qualities a person can possess. It is also a central tenet of Stoicism, a philosophy that values empathy, community, and the interconnectedness of all beings. Do you approach others with an open heart, seeking to understand rather than to judge? Compassion is an act of courage. It means stepping outside of our own perspective and looking at the world through someone else's eyes. Seneca wisely noted, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness." This approach invites us to see beyond surface appearances and behaviors, and to understand the struggles, joys, and challenges that others carry with them. To lead with compassion is to recognize the common humanity that binds us all, and to offer kindness even when it is not reciprocated. In Stoicism, compassion is more than just feeling for others. It is about acting in ways that uplift and support them. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that we are fellow citizens of one world. This sense of unity encourages us to extend our concern beyond our immediate circle to the wider community and the world at large. Leading with compassion means offering our presence, our patience, and our understanding to others. It requires a certain humility, a willingness to set aside our judgments and to meet others where they are. Yet, compassion does not always come easily. It requires us to confront our own discomfort, to sit with the pain of others without rushing to fix or dismiss it. It means listening deeply, not just to respond, but to understand. In a Stoic life, this practice of compassion strengthens our character, making us more resilient and better able to connect with others on a meaningful level. Epictetus once observed, "We are not disturbed by things, but by the views we take of them." Practicing compassion allows us to see beyond our assumptions and preconceived notions, freeing us to relate to others from a place of openness and acceptance. True compassion draws people in because it fosters a sense of safety and understanding. When others know that you will not judge them, that you are willing to listen without interrupting or dismissing, they feel valued and respected. Compassion builds trust, forming bonds that go deeper than surface-level interactions. It is through compassion that we create genuine connections that transcend differences and strengthen our relationships. However, leading with compassion also requires boundaries. Compassion does not mean taking on the burdens of others at the expense of our own well-being. Stoicism teaches us to be mindful of our limitations, to offer support where we can but not at the cost of our own health or peace. In this way, Stoic compassion is balanced, rooted in the recognition that while we are interconnected, we are also individuals with our own paths to walk. Are you able to offer kindness without sacrificing yourself? Stoicism encourages us to develop a form of compassion that is grounded in both wisdom and respect for oneself. As we practice compassion, we transform not only the lives of those around us, but also our own lives. We become gentler, more understanding, and more at peace. By focusing on the well-being of others, we find purpose and meaning that transcends our own desires. This is the silent power of compassion. It allows us to touch lives without fanfare, to make a difference without seeking recognition. Compassion is attractive not because it seeks to impress, but because it genuinely seeks to connect. Are you prepared to let compassion guide your interactions? This habit, like all Stoic practices, requires consistent effort and reflection. Begin by approaching each person you meet with a simple intention, to understand them without judgment. Listen actively, offer your support when needed, and remember that every act of kindness, no matter how small, contributes to a larger ripple of goodness. As Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Mastering compassion frees us from ego and opens the door to profound human connection. With compassion as our guide, let us now explore the art of personal expression. Just as compassion connects us to others, our style and presentation allow us to express our individuality in a way that aligns with our inner values. How might your choice of attire, guided by Stoicism, become a subtle yet powerful reflection of who you are? Join me as we delve into the next habit of silent attraction. 4. Refine your style with substance. How often do you think about the story your appearance tells? While Stoicism emphasizes inner virtues, it also recognizes that our outer presentation speaks volumes. Style, when chosen thoughtfully, becomes an authentic expression of who we are, a silent statement of our values and self-respect. Do your choices in dress and appearance reflect your true self, or are they influenced by fleeting trends or the need for validation? Refining one's style with substance is not about extravagance or showiness. Instead, it's about aligning our external appearance with our inner world. Epictetus advised, "Know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly." This wisdom reminds us that personal style, when rooted in self-awareness, can become an extension of our character. Just as we work to cultivate inner virtues, we can also be deliberate about our outward appearance, ensuring that it mirrors our integrity and values. Stoicism encourages simplicity and intention in all things, including style. This doesn't mean we must adopt a minimalist look or forsake fashion. Rather, it suggests choosing items that genuinely resonate with us. When our clothing reflects our values, we exude confidence without saying a word. The true allure of style lies not in luxury or brand names, but in authenticity. By dressing in a way that feels true to ourselves, we project a quiet self-assuredness that others naturally respect. Imagine wearing an outfit that makes you feel grounded, focused, and true to yourself. When we adorn ourselves in a way that aligns with our essence, we radiate a calm confidence that doesn't need to seek approval. Have you ever experienced this? Clothing, much like Stoic principles, has the power to reinforce our inner state. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This power of the mind extends to the choices we make, including the way we dress and present ourselves. Refining our style also means cultivating a personal aesthetic that evolves as we do. Just as we grow and adapt internally, our external choices may shift over time. Stoicism teaches us to accept change as part of life's natural flow, to be open to evolution while staying true to our core values. Does your current style reflect where you are on your journey? Are there elements that no longer serve who you are becoming? By periodically reflecting on our appearance, We ensure that it remains a genuine extension of our inner world, an ongoing expression of our growth and self-understanding. But style, in the Stoic sense, goes beyond just clothing. It encompasses our entire aesthetic, from the way we wear our hair to the simplicity or intricacy of our accessories. Each choice is a brushstroke in the portrait of who we are. Style, then, becomes a quiet but powerful way to communicate our identity. When we dress with intention, others sense the coherence between our appearance and our character. They see not just clothing, but the careful choices of someone who knows themselves well. How might you begin refining your style to reflect your values? Start by examining each piece in your wardrobe and asking yourself if it truly represents who you are or aspire to be. This process can bring clarity and purpose to your choices, allowing you to curate a wardrobe that feels both comfortable and empowering. Remember, this isn't about impressing others. It's about expressing yourself in a way that feels genuine and consistent. As Seneca observed, the one who puts the finishing touches on their life each day is never short of time. This philosophy reminds us that style, when approached thoughtfully, becomes a daily practice of self-expression, a way to align our outer appearance with our inner strength. Each morning, as you choose your attire, consider it an opportunity to bring forth your best self, to present a version of yourself that feels true, calm, and grounded. With style that speaks quietly of our essence, we now turn to a language that requires no words: body language. How can the way we move and carry ourselves influence how others perceive us? And how can Stoicism guide us in mastering this silent form of communication? Let's explore this next layer of silent attraction. 5. Master the art of body language. Body language, the silent language of the self, is often more powerful than any words we might speak. Stoicism, with its emphasis on inner composure and integrity, guides us to embody these qualities not only in our thoughts, but also in our physical presence. The way we carry ourselves, our posture, gestures, and expressions all convey a message to those around us. Are you aware of what your body language is communicating to others? The Stoics taught us to focus on control and awareness, principles that apply just as readily to our physical expressions as they do to our inner thoughts. Marcus Aurelius wisely observed, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Our body language, then, is a reflection of our mental state. When we cultivate a calm and composed mind, our body naturally mirrors this state, creating an aura of quiet strength. This unspoken confidence is magnetic. It draws others in and creates an impression of trustworthiness and stability. Consider the simple act of standing tall with shoulders back, head held high. This posture, often associated with confidence, is a physical manifestation of self-respect and dignity, virtues held in high regard by the Stoics. Seneca encouraged daily self-reflection, asking questions like, "What infirmity have I mastered today? What passions have I resisted?" When we stand upright, not just physically but in our principles, we send a silent message that we are grounded and capable. Body language is not only about posture, but also about subtle cues such as eye contact, facial expressions, and gestures. A genuine smile, a warm gaze, or a nod of understanding can bridge the gap between strangers, creating a connection that transcends words. Stoicism teaches us to act with intention, to be mindful in every interaction, and this includes our nonverbal communication. By practicing awareness, we align our body language with our intentions, creating a presence that is both authentic and approachable. Are you mindful of how your body language aligns with your inner state? When we let go of self-consciousness and allow our body language to flow from a place of sincerity, we cultivate an attraction that is subtle yet profound. As Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. By choosing to react with calm, we cultivate a composed and reassuring presence that others instinctively trust. Practicing this mindful body language also involves being fully present in each moment. Are you open and inviting in your gestures, or are you closed off? Do your expressions show genuine interest in those around you? By observing these subtle signals, we can refine our nonverbal communication to reflect kindness, empathy, and self-assurance. This art of body language, mastered with Stoic composure, becomes a silent yet powerful form of attraction. With body language as our silent communicator, let us explore another nuanced form of presence: the power of mystery. Just as body language speaks without words, a touch of mystery invites others in by suggesting there is more beneath the surface. How can Stoicism help us cultivate this intriguing quality? Let's find out. 6. Add a touch of mystery. In a world that often overshares, where personal details are displayed and consumed rapidly, there is something profoundly attractive about a touch of mystery. Mystery isn't about secrecy or creating distance. Rather, it's about allowing others the space to discover you gradually. Stoicism, with its emphasis on restraint and self-control, aligns perfectly with this quality. Are you comfortable with not revealing everything about yourself at once, allowing your depth to unfold naturally? Mystery is a quiet strength. When we hold some parts of ourselves close, we convey a sense of confidence, suggesting that our value does not rely on external validation. Seneca put it simply, it is quality rather than quantity that matters. A touch of mystery, therefore, invites others to look beyond the surface, to appreciate not just what is seen, but what is felt. By choosing what we share and what we withhold, we create an allure that is magnetic yet unassuming. Adding mystery to our lives means embracing our complexity. Are you comfortable with others knowing only fragments of your story, knowing that they will form a fuller picture over time? Just as a well-written story unfolds chapter by chapter, so too does a life lived with Stoic poise. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up if thou wilt ever dig." We do not need to share every thought, every detail to be seen as valuable. Instead, we cultivate an inner richness that others sense and respect. Mystery, in the Stoic sense, also means sharing purposefully. When we speak less and listen more, we show that we value understanding others above impressing them. Epictetus reminded us that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. By being selective in what we share, we demonstrate a respect for our inner world, an acknowledgement that some aspects of ourselves gain depth and significance through thoughtful reflection and restraint. This mindful restraint fosters curiosity, drawing others in and inviting them to engage with us on a deeper level. Mystery is not about constructing a facade or playing games. It is about cherishing certain parts of ourselves, understanding that our complexity is best revealed over time. In this way, we cultivate a form of attraction that is both respectful and profound, a quiet allure that speaks to those willing to look beyond the surface. Are you willing to embrace a touch of mystery? This habit does not require grand changes, but small acts of mindfulness and restraint. Allow yourself to hold back some details, not out of secrecy, but as a way to cherish your own inner world. By embracing mystery, you give others the gift of discovery, allowing them to know you in a way that is both gradual and genuine. With the allure of mystery established, let us move to a different realm of understanding: the appreciation of cultural wisdom. Just as mystery invites others to explore our unique depths, Cultural wisdom broadens our horizons, enabling us to connect with others across backgrounds and perspectives. How can Stoicism inspire us to value and cultivate this wisdom? Let us explore. 7. Cultivate cultural wisdom. Cultural wisdom is not about collecting trivia or facts, but about genuinely understanding the soul of diverse cultures, their traditions, and their worldviews. This quality, deeply rooted in empathy and curiosity, aligns closely with the principles of Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius, a philosopher-emperor, constantly reminded himself of the interconnectedness of all people. He said, "The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it." To cultivate cultural wisdom is to see this interconnectedness, to appreciate the beauty in diversity, and to engage with the world with an open heart. Are you open to learning from perspectives beyond your own? Cultivating cultural wisdom requires us to look beyond ourselves, to step into the experiences of others, and to respect what we find. In Stoicism, this pursuit of knowledge is an act of humility, recognizing that our own understanding is limited. Epictetus wisely noted, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." This humility opens the door to learning, allowing us to see value in the unfamiliar and to approach different cultures not as outsiders but as respectful learners. Imagine the richness that cultural wisdom brings to our lives. When we appreciate the art, music, literature, and philosophies of diverse cultures, we expand our own understanding of humanity. This perspective deepens our compassion and reminds us that, beneath our differences, we share universal experiences, struggles, and joys. Seneca advised that travel and change of place impart new vigor to the mind. Even if we do not physically travel, immersing ourselves in other cultures offers a similar renewal, invigorating our minds and broadening our worldview. Cultural wisdom also enhances our relationships. When we approach others with an understanding of and respect for their cultural background, we build bridges of empathy and trust. This wisdom allows us to engage in conversations that go beyond the superficial, fostering connections that are authentic and meaningful. In a way, cultural wisdom is a form of silent attraction. It speaks to others of our willingness to understand and appreciate their unique stories. How might you begin cultivating this wisdom? Start by engaging with cultural art, literature, or history from parts of the world different from your own. Approach these encounters with curiosity rather than judgment, seeking to learn rather than to categorize. Stoicism encourages us to remain open, to see value in all aspects of life, and to expand our understanding through each interaction. As we grow in cultural wisdom, we align with Stoic values of empathy, unity, and growth. This wisdom reminds us that we are all part of a larger whole, that our lives are enriched when we see beyond our own perspective. Marcus Aurelius once reflected, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." By embracing cultural wisdom, we transform our thinking, allowing our lives to be shaped not just by our own experiences, but by the wisdom of diverse traditions and perspectives. 8. Prioritize self-care. In a world that often glorifies busyness and self-sacrifice, self-care may seem indulgent or even selfish. But Stoicism teaches us that true strength and resilience come from within, cultivated through respect for our own well-being. Self-care, when practiced mindfully, becomes a foundation upon which we can support others, pursue our goals, and face life's challenges with clarity and focus. Are you taking the time to care for yourself, not as an escape, but as an essential part of living a balanced life? The Stoics remind us that self-care is not about pampering or excess. It is about tending to our physical, mental, and emotional health in a way that respects our inner strength. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Self-care is an expression of this wisdom, a way to maintain control over our well-being and equip ourselves for life's demands. By prioritizing self-care, we nurture a resilience that allows us to face adversity with a calm and grounded spirit. In Stoicism, self-care is about balance. It means recognizing our limitations and respecting our need for rest and rejuvenation. This can be as simple as ensuring adequate sleep, engaging in regular physical activity, and nourishing our bodies with wholesome food. It is about understanding that our body and mind are interconnected and that by caring for one, we inherently support the other. As Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." Self-care is a way of committing to this vision, of preparing ourselves to become who we wish to be. Self-care also includes mental and emotional practices that bring peace and clarity. The Stoics advocated for daily reflection, taking time to assess our thoughts and emotions. Are you creating space for quiet reflection in your daily routine? Seneca advised that the mind that is anxious about future events is miserable. Through mindfulness, journaling, or simply taking a moment to pause and breathe, we can calm our minds and reconnect with our purpose, freeing ourselves from the anxieties that cloud our thinking. When we care for ourselves with intention, we find that we have more to offer others. Stoicism encourages us to serve the greater good, but we can only do so effectively when we are grounded and healthy. Self-care, therefore, is not selfish. It is an essential aspect of leading a life that is both fulfilling and meaningful. By respecting our own needs, we enhance our capacity to contribute to our relationships, our communities, and the world at large. How can you integrate self-care into your daily life in a way that aligns with your values? It may start with small, intentional choices, prioritizing nutritious food, setting aside time for reflection, or engaging in activities that rejuvenate you. Remember, self-care does not need to be extravagant. It simply needs to be consistent. As we cultivate this habit, we embody Stoicism's teachings of self-respect and inner strength, creating a life that is balanced and resilient. With a foundation of self-care in place, we can now explore the essence of independence. Just as self-care strengthens us internally, independence empowers us to stand confidently on our own, free from the need for external validation. How can Stoicism help us cultivate an independence that is both resilient and quietly attractive? Let's dive into this final habit. 9. Embrace independence. Independence is a quality often celebrated in our society, yet true independence goes beyond mere self-reliance. It is the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you can thrive on your own terms. Stoicism teaches us that real independence arises not from isolation, but from inner freedom. The ability to live according to our values, regardless of external circumstances. Are you living a life that is truly yours, or are you shaped by the expectations of others? Stoic independence is about cultivating self-discipline and personal responsibility. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This wisdom reminds us that our true strength lies in our reactions, our choices, and our ability to maintain peace within, regardless of what happens around us. When we embrace this form of independence, we free ourselves from the need for constant approval or reassurance. We become grounded in our own values and purpose, which guides our actions and decisions. To embrace independence is to live authentically, to make choices based on our principles rather than societal pressures. Marcus Aurelius reflected, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." When we embody this mindset, we become less swayed by trends, criticism, or the desire for status. Instead, we find contentment in a life aligned with our values, a life where our actions reflect our inner convictions rather than external demands. Independence also requires self-awareness. Are you in tune with what truly fulfills you, or are you following a path set by others? Stoicism encourages us to examine our motivations regularly, ensuring that our actions reflect our personal truths. This self-reflection builds a sense of freedom that no outside influence can take away. As Seneca advised, let us train our minds to desire what the situation demands. By focusing on what we can control, our actions, our thoughts, our character, we create a life that is not only self-sufficient, but deeply satisfying. This kind of independence is profoundly attractive because it signals to others that we are complete in ourselves. We do not seek fulfillment from external sources. Rather, we bring our own sense of peace and purpose into every interaction. Independence, grounded in Stoic principles, draws people in because it speaks to a quiet resilience, a strength that requires no performance. Others sense that they are not needed to fill a void, but are welcomed as companions on a journey of mutual respect and growth. Are you ready to embrace independence in a way that aligns with Stoic values? This journey begins by examining your life, identifying areas where you might be overly influenced by others, and making intentional choices that reflect your true self. Cultivate independence not as a rejection of others, but as an expression of your inner freedom, knowing that your happiness comes from within. With independence as our foundation, we arrive at the final habit of silent attraction, laughter. Just as independence enriches our inner world, laughter brings warmth and lightness to our interactions, connecting us with others in a way that is both joyful and genuine. Let's explore how Stoicism teaches us to embrace laughter as a source of strength and connection. 10. Embrace laughter. Laughter is a universal language, a bridge that connects us to others without the need for words. In Stoicism, laughter serves as a reminder that we need not take life too seriously all the time. It's an acknowledgement of life's absurdities, a way to find joy in the present moment, and a testament to resilience in the face of challenges. How often do you let yourself laugh freely, embracing life's light-hearted moments? At first glance, Stoicism and laughter might seem like an unusual pairing. Stoicism, after all, often emphasizes discipline, restraint, and control. But the Stoics understood that a life well lived also includes moments of joy and ease. Seneca observed, "It is more fitting for a man to laugh at life than to lament over it." Laughter, in this sense, is an expression of Stoic acceptance, a way of embracing life as it is without the weight of unnecessary worry or sorrow. Laughter is also a form of presence. In a moment of genuine laughter, we are fully engaged, free from anxieties about the past or fears of the future. This form of mindfulness aligns with Stoic teachings, which encourage us to focus on the present. Marcus Aurelius reflected, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." Through laughter, we find joy not in things but in experiences, in the warmth of connection, and in the ability to see beauty in the ordinary. Embracing laughter also cultivates resilience. When we find humor in difficult situations, we reduce their power over us. Epictetus taught that, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." Laughter helps us find perspective, reminding us that we can face life's challenges with a lighter heart. It's a silent signal to others that, while we may face struggles, we do not let them consume us. This resilience, expressed through humor, is profoundly attractive creating a sense of approachability and warmth. Laughter also strengthens our bonds with others. It breaks down barriers, builds trust, and creates a sense of belonging. In sharing laughter, we find common ground, a reminder that, despite our differences, we all share the capacity for joy. In Stoic terms, laughter is a way to celebrate our shared humanity, a testament to the interconnectedness that Stoicism holds dear. When we laugh with others, we invite them into a space of acceptance and ease. How can you cultivate more laughter in your life? Begin by approaching situations with a sense of lightness, seeing challenges as opportunities for growth rather than burdens to bear. Surround yourself with those who bring joy into your life. Seek out moments of humor and practice gratitude for life's small delights. Remember, laughter is not an escape. It is a way of fully embracing life, imperfections and all. As we conclude this journey through the art of silent attraction, remember that each of these habits is a step toward cultivating a life rooted in depth, resilience, and genuine connection. By embracing authenticity, presence, compassion, style, body language, mystery, cultural wisdom, self-care, independence, and laughter, we embody the wisdom of Stoicism and create a presence that attracts others naturally and effortlessly. These habits are not about impressing others or seeking approval. They are about aligning with our true selves and radiating an inner peace that others can sense. When we live in accordance with these principles, we become silently attractive, a beacon of calm, confidence, and kindness in a world often filled with noise and chaos. If these insights have resonated with you, I invite you to reflect on them, share your thoughts in the comments, and join this community of personal growth and wisdom. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this journey with others who may benefit. Thank you for being here, and may you continue to cultivate a life of quiet strength, joy, and fulfillment.